welcome back to another video. Today I'm finally installing my new coils for my car. I have no idea how long I've had these coils sitting just waiting for me to put them on, and I've just been lagging it to the max. But today is finally the day. I chose probably the worst day to put them on though, because it is going to be 102 and it just turned 9 a.m. right now and it's already hot in here. I'm gonna open the garage door right now. I really want to try and finish this fast because I just don't want to be like at the peak of the heat in here, and it gets really hot in the garage. So I do have coils on my car right now. They are the Tane Street Bases. I put them on maybe a year ago and actually made a video on it, so go check that out if you want to see that first video. And honestly, they've been great, no issues, but I did want to upgrade. Those are very entry-level coilovers. I just want to upgrade. I even said in this video that I wasn't going to keep them forever and ended up keeping them for a year. So, and I got these BC Racing, which I personally think these are one of the best coils for like the FRS BRZ 86. I've just heard great things about it, and now that I'm going to be putting them on, I'll be able to confirm if that is true or not. I got them from my friend Lonzo. He hooked me up with such a good deal on these. Shout out Lonzo for hooking these up. Everybody came already with the Broadway camera plates, and yeah, hopefully this should go by smoothly. It is my third time freaking changing the suspension on this car, and hopefully I stick with these for a while. We saw the little intro in the beginning. I do have my own brand. It is called Street Bliss, and those are the new products in this drop, so make sure you go check it out. I have other stuff on the website and I'll leave everything linked down below, and yeah. Okay, now let's get started with this install. Okay, so I decided I'm gonna do a voiceover for the entire video. So right now I am just taking off the two 19mm bolts that connect to the strut, and I'm loosening it first with the ratchet, and then I'm going in with the impact.
If you like. Hello? I'm afraid no.
Mila, you're the one who's lost contact with life.
Now I'm taking a 17mm to remove the end link, and I honestly would recommend to start with this first, because if you take off the other two bolts, I feel like there's a lot of pressure on the end link and it becomes harder to take off. You want to carefully remove the 12mm nut that is holding the brake line, and then after that you want to take a little flathead screwdriver to just unclip the ABS sensor. This is super easy, but make sure you don't break any of the little clips because then it won't really go back on. Now to remove the top hat is going to be 3 12mm nuts, and these were really easy to get off too. And once this comes off, be prepared for the whole strut to just kind of go down. But I had to wiggle mine out a little bit because I left it still kind of hugging. So while I do take off the coilover, I do jack up the rotor just a little bit so there isn't so much stress on it and it's not just hanging there. And that is what my coils look like. They look like they have gone through it and back, honestly. Right now, I'm just gonna be messing with the rings and adjusting the height. I try to match the height that was on my Tane coilovers, but that ended up not really working out because these are stiffer rings. These are not gonna compress as much as how the Tanes did, so I had to go back in and adjust the height anyways because it literally was like a monster truck. So now I'm putting the coil in, and this is easier if you have someone to help you because you can align the holes and then have someone screw in the nut on top. But if you don't have someone like I did, you can just kind of reach over and try to get one first and just hand tighten it.
You must kiss me more often from now on.
Know something?
So I'm gonna be honest, I was getting really tired already, so I tried to get away with using my stock end links, but it didn't work out, so I had to remove it and use the ones that I got, and I just used a 17mm as well to put it on, and then I'm just gonna reassemble everything. Also, make sure when you are putting everything back together that your ABS sensor and your brake line are under your coilover, and before you start bolting everything back together, because then you're gonna have to unbolt everything again and put it under. So as you can probably tell already, I use the jack a lot to help me lift things and wiggle things around, so I'm not really using my own energy. But it does take some wiggling around to get the bolts and the holes to really slide in together really good. So you can see me just going back and forth, but eventually I'll get it.
It's quite simple.
Moving on to the rear, I am removing the first 3 bolts that you see. The first 2 that are closest to the rotor are both 17 millimeters, and the one to remove the end link furthest is a 14 millimeter.
Officer?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a leak on your service line out here. We're gonna come back next week sometime, dig it up, and replace the.
One who's lost contact with life.
Now going into your trunk, you want to remove the trunk lining, and there will be some clips, and there will be 2 14 millimeter nuts that you want to take off. And after this, the whole strut should just come down and you should be able to wiggle it out.
I'm afraid not.
The old musty crusty one. Rear going in. This went by so much faster than the
It's the earring on her.
But I still blow it.
If you like.
Okay, for the most part, I am done with this side. That took way too freaking long. It is 1:55 right now, about to be 2. I started at 9 a.m. A lot of things that were going wrong in the beginning, and I was so close to just being like, I'm just going to do this another day. I've literally been holding off on this for so long. I was like, I can't. I'm gonna put my wheel back on and then do the other side, and then I'm gonna show you guys how it's looking. I adjusted some of the camber in the front because it was poking out a lot. And if you guys don't remember, when I first did my coils with these wheels, front was poking out so much, but I did have to add a camber bowl because the Tang coils didn't have any adjustability at all, but these do. So let's see how it looks when I put it down. I feel like I didn't film good enough. Like, I didn't film all the details, but it's just really hard with this big old tripod. Like, if you guys do want a more detailed install on this, I'm going to leave down below my other coils install and my lowering spring installs because they're kind of the same. And yeah, and it basically goes through all of this, but hopefully this video was helpful somewhat. I forgot my camera, but I finally finished the other side. I took a long break because it was really hot the whole day, and it was still hot right now. It is still in the 90s, but I just got it done. I'm going for a drive now. I'm gonna go get some In-N-Out because I'm hungry. Just want to like see how the ride feels, a little first impressions. It definitely sits way lower now. Well, not way lower, but lower than what I was. and I kind of wanted to keep the same height, but it's fine. This is what I have right now. I'm more worried about just like daily driving it, so we're just gonna see how it goes, and if anything I can always raise it. So far I feel the car stiffer overall, like everything, the car just feels like it's planted to the ground. My other coils were very bouncy and squishy, so yeah, keep you guys updated if I feel anything extremely different. Okay, this is what she ended up looking like, and it's already kind of like hitting. Yeah, I don't know, I think I might have to raise it because it is eating away at my wrap now, as you can see, and I don't know, the rear got way lower as well. Yeah, my fronts definitely got lower though. I can't even put my finger in there or my nail, and my nail is very thin. So I am going to stiffen the dampening just a little bit more, just so it doesn't hit. On a full lock it does rub a little bit, but other than that it doesn't really rub that much, but it's still kind of hidden a tad bit, but I like it. It's not too much different than what I had. It has a little baby camber coming out. Like I said, it doesn't look a whole lot than what I already had, just like maybe half an inch lower on both, which I don't know if I'm gonna keep because now I scrape on my driveway. I think if I fully angle out really good, I won't scrape. Let me know what you guys think. Should I raise it a little tiny bit or leave it like that and just suck it up and drive extra careful, I guess? Let me know.